Hello everyone, good evening. We are about to start, so give us a few more minutes. Cikgu Lucia, are we good to go? All right. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's session. This program is brought to you by NELCoNS, the Northern English Language Teachers Collaboration Network Sabah, supported by Jabatan Pendidikan Negeri Sabah, and in collaboration with the British Council. NELCoNS is a community of practice designed to bring English teachers together to share expertise, co-develop resources, and support one another in addressing classroom challenges. Our aim is to strengthen collaboration among teachers, promote innovative practices, and improve English language learning outcomes, especially in our today's world. Before we begin, allow me to briefly introduce myself. My name is Jennedy Pungawon, and I will be your moderator for tonight's session. I will guide you through the program and the discussion later during the Q&A. I am also joined by Madam Lucia Gampali, who is handling all the technical aspect behind the scenes, especially for our live stream on StreamYard, YouTube, and also Facebook. Now, this evening's talk is part of a series of sessions focusing on MUET, SPM, and UASA for lower forms. We are streaming not only here on Google Meet, but also live on YouTube and Facebook, so that more teachers can benefit. Registration is open to participants across all platforms, not only here on Google Meet, but also on YouTube and also Facebook. And the registration form, Google form, will be shared at the end of the session. It will serve both as evidence of participation and for also SPLKPM record purposes. Tonight's sessions will run for 1 hour with 45 minutes for presentation and followed by 15 minutes of Q&A. Now, it's my pleasure to introduce our speaker for this evening, Madam Audrey Koh. Audrey is an award-winning English educator with over 25 years of teaching experience, currently serving at SMK Majakir, Papar, Sabah. She holds a Bachelor of Education in TESOL from the University of Exeter and a Master of Education in Teaching and Learning with distinction from Help University, and is now pursuing her doctorate in education. Audrey is also a national storytelling champion and a two-time national teachers debate champion, widely known for conducting workshops and seminars for MUET, SPM, and also other levels. She has also authored numerous publications, including CEFR-aligned MUET reference books, GRAM modules, and her own poetry and prose collection, Horizon of Hope. Beyond the classroom, she inspired many through her popular blog, which has almost 9 million hits, and her Facebook page, Audrey Koh, Sabah English Language Guru. With that introduction, please join me in welcoming Madam Audrey Koh to begin her session. The floor is yours, Madam Audrey.
Okay, very good evening, everybody. Thank you to my good friend Ned. I was quite impressed and surprised and flattered that I was invited by him last week ad hoc. He said, can you help? I said, of course I will help, because I don't mind. Yeah, I really enjoy helping people. That's why I created a blog. That's why I do webinars. That's why I do a lot of sharing in the Telegram groups, as well as in the Sabah English language teachers Facebook group, and anywhere that I can share. If you need my help, I'm here to help you. So again, thank you to Jennedy and your group, as well as to the sponsors, for this program. This is actually one of the shortest talks that I've ever agreed to conduct, because if you give me a microphone, I can speak for hours and hours non-stop. Okay, so this is going to be a very interactive talk. So it's not really a talk, it's like a workshop as well as a chit-chat style. So I'd like everybody to throw me an emoji. Show me that you're here. Yeah, give me an emoji to say hello. Hi Zafira, hi Shanizam, Hana. Hi. Lucia is controlling the technical aspect, I think. Emeralda, Chu, Joyce. Hey, Joyce is here. Some of my friends are here. That's nice. Mastura, Zakwan, and so on, right? Okay, it's excellent. Lovely to see everyone here tonight. Yeah, so tonight is going to be a fun-filled, interesting session. And somebody asked me if it's going to be specifically on MUET. It will be a lot on MUET, but for the first half hour, you'll be quite interested to see how AI can be integrated in how you plan lessons, plan materials, and get the students involved in AI as well. Hi, Nancy. Okay, so if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen, but I'm going to make sure that I have space to see the comment section. Okay, so at this moment, while you're waiting for me to set up, can you drop your name and your school and mention if you're a teacher or a student? I think mostly teachers, right? Hi, Nancy. Hi, Eric. Oh, yeah, Eric is also here. Excellent. Okay, so I'm going to share screen. The rest of you, put your name and your school and the state, because some of you are not from Sabah as well, right? Okay. So let me show you some magic for today. You'll be very impressed actually. You can do a lot of magic with AI technology these days. Okay, I'm not seeing any names. I want to shout out some names. So make sure you have your name, your school, and your district or your state. Uy, pemalas ayo. Don't be so lazy. If you expect your students to participate during your classes, you better also participate here. Uy, SMK Maxwell. Hi, Fauziati. Nice. Okay. Hi, Aziz. Rantau Panjang, Kelantan. Wow, as far as Kelantan lagi. Hebat. Okay, like I said, I've never done a talk this short. I don't know whether I can cover everything. Yeah. Keep writing your names. I'll shout out your names as we go. Now, this is my checklist, and I will go through the checklist one by one, yeah, so that I have a few secrets at the end. All right, let's do checklist number 1. Okay. Hi, Andrew. Yeah. Eric Tapayala, I know you're here. Hi, Zafira. Hi, Mr. Chu. Wow, Pitas. Hi, Matil. Hi, Sheldon. Okay, the first thing we want to do is we want to fix word level. So English is about building blocks. When you talk about speaking, right, you can't just speak out of nowhere. So you must build it from the word level up until the phrase level. You move on to sentences, or you move on to proverbs as well. So at the end of the day, they tie it all together. And then instead of just focusing on exam style, you should do more fun stuff, in the class. So today is a very hit and miss. I'm not going to show you exactly how it's done, but I will give you some ideas lah. This is a catalyst style of mencetuskan idea-idea baru lah. Hi, Shaznizam, Sulen, Latina, Emeralda. Okay, Azmi, sorry if I missed a few names. Okay, let's look at the word level. All right. So the first thing we want to do is word level, and we want to go straight to CFR. Okay, let me try to make this a bit smaller so that you can see. So with the advent of ChatGPT, It's really amazing. Yeah. So you want to actually help the weak students, okay? Because good students, they will still be able to speak. Yeah. You will tell them a topic and then they will come up with their own points and they'll be able to generate because they have the vocabulary. But the weaker students, right? How would you help them? Okay, if you want to use ChatGPT,
I think we lost her. Audrey, are you there? Probably she is experiencing network problem because she told me before that it was raining heavily at her place. So let us wait for her to come back first. In the meantime, if you have any question, you can either post it on the chat box, or you can unmute yourself during the Q&A and you can ask her directly. So hopefully she'll be back soon. She told me that her place was raining heavily just now. So just bear with us.
hello, I'm back. I'm going to check
We miss you, Audrey. We miss you so much.
The rain is getting heavier here. Okay, I'm going to turn the video off. I'm pretty sure you know what I look like. So I'm just going to continue where I left off because we don't have much time. It's crazy. I've never done a talk in less than 1 hour. Okay. All right. So I was telling you, I need to be able to see the chat box to say hello to everybody. Okay. So I was telling you that you cannot expect the weak students, hi Siti Zahida, you cannot expect the weak students to be able to come up with ideas if you don't work on their language. Okay? So basically, you need to give them the language, the common words. All right? So I went into ChatGPT and I typed the CFR B1 word list. So ChatGPT is very amazing, right? It can differentiate all the CFR, A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2. But usually we don't focus on C2 because that is native speaker level. So I tell my students native speaker is Justin Bieber and Taylor Swift. Okay? So it went into explaining all these things, which we don't really need. So then I asked it to generate a 200 CFR B1 level word. Okay, so if you think your students are very low level, right, you type in B1. But if it's higher level, you can even go for B2. And then if you think they can even deal with C1, you can go straight to C1 level. So you are the teacher and you need to assess your own students and you need to see whether they are able or not to do this. Okay, so instantly it comes up with words that they should know according to the different themes. So how do you help them? Because giving them the words alone doesn't help them, right? Okay, so then I typed into it. It says, do you want me to make a simple PDF word list? So the first word list that they came up with was a bit ridiculous. Yeah, because ChatGPT is only as smart as you instruct it to be. Okay, so you look at this first word list, then it's hilarious actually. Can everybody see? If you can see, thumbs up please, or give me an emoji. Yeah. Okay, so if you can see the word list, it's quite funny. Look at that. It says there, adult. Example, I use the word adult in the simple sentence. Aunt, I use the word aunt in the simple sentence. It's so ridiculous. So I told ChatGPT, no, this is a useless piece of worksheet. So I said, unique sample. Okay, so then we came up with a unique sample and it's much better. All right, so students are using the word list to look at sample sentences. And then you can actually tell ChatGPT to make worksheets, okay, by removing the keyword or something like that, or removing the adjectives, ChatGPT can make worksheets very, very fast, okay? So D1 word list is very low level, so that means you can even use for lower secondary school for their speaking activities and so on. Then how else can you use this? Using this word list, create a 20 exchange role play, okay, for two people in different scenarios, at the restaurant, at the school, at the hospital, at a job interview. Add idiomatic expressions and at least one proverb in each script. So I will build 4 mini role play scripts. So when you teach speaking, please don't make them memorize and then do spelling tests and all this rubbish. Role plays, drama, doing skits is the fastest way to help the students. Okay, so they acquire the language because I told it specifically to build the exchanges based on the B1 word list. So if you have higher level students, you use a B2 word list or a C1 word list. Okay, so you can see, and they're also learning idioms and expressions. Okay, so you get them to work in pairs and they practice. Good students, you take away the script, you ask them to present. Weak students, they look at the script, they can refer to the script. But as far as possible, take away the script after they have practiced and get them to present ad hoc. Okay? And tell them they don't have to do it verbatim. Verbatim means word for word. That means they can slam it, they can change the phrases. Okay? That's good. At this point, I said, using the word list, create word band 3 level 2-minute speeches for these 3 topics using a 5-paragraph format, which is intro, 3 points in conclusion. Include some idiomatic expressions and at least one proverb. The 3 topics are importance of recycling, living an active lifestyle, and how to reduce phone addiction. Okay, so basically you can take any question in the MUET sample and then you can create this, but you must prompt it correctly. You must say 5-paragraph format, intro, 3 points, conclusion. You see, when I did it the first time, right, I found that the content is very poor. Look, firstly, blah, 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 when we recycle, blah, 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 as the saying goes. So it's not very informative. So what I did is I refined the prompt. So how can you improve? You improve by refining the prompt. So what did I say to the prompt? Give concrete examples for each point. Then you see the quality. See, good morning, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about blah, blah, blah. Then later on, they have better examples. People put plastic bottles into the right bin. Less rubbish ends up in the landfill. Makes our rivers cleaner. So it's better because it has more concrete examples. So what does concrete example mean? It means that the real things and examples of people, places, and activities that are really happening in the real world. Okay? So far, so good? Everybody thumbs up? So what do? They get the ChatGPT, or you get the ChatGPT to generate, and then they hafal. Then you take the script away the next day. They go home, they hafal, memorize. The next day, you can do unlucky draw. You pull their names out, and they actually present. Nightmare, isn't it? Okay, so what is it actually? This is ChatGPT is providing them with the scaffolding, the language input they need in order to be able to generate on their own. So when you take away their preparation and then they ad hoc have to present and give the speech, right? The quality of the speech will be much better because they have the preparation, isn't it? So this one, living an active lifestyle, and one more is how to reduce phone addiction. So then you want them to level up, okay? Rewrite the speeches at B2 level, MUET band 4. And then you enter. You see, ChatGPT can raise the level and lower the level. So you as a teacher, what do? You can adopt and adapt. Okay? So figure out what is the level of your class as a whole, but you want to have differentiated teaching as well. So you need to teach the students according to their level. So adjust. Good students, you go higher lah. And you always have that +1. Can anybody tell me what is +1? What is +1? Does anybody know? Hi, Yusni from Police. Hi, Zahida from Boom Boom. Oh, yo. Anybody can tell me what is +1? Tak tahu. +1 means,
One level higher up, right?
Yes.
Sorry if I got it. If I'm not mistaken, +1 is referring to Prussians one level higher than the current stage, right?
Brilliant. Okay. So basically, if you think your student is band 4, you force them to go and learn material that is 4.5 or 5. So it must be one level higher. Because if your student is band 3 and you balik-balik give the same level, band 3 punya material, they are never going to learn. Brilliant. Who was that? I would give you a Kit Kat, but I can't see you. Okay, good job. More people who, clap for him lah. More people who contributes idea will be much better. Yeah, see everybody clapping for you. Brilliant. So far so good. I'm going to rush through this because I don't have much time. Okay, so the next thing you do is word level, which is a thesaurus. Okay, so you can use ChatGPT as a thesaurus as well. How do you do it? All right, so here, okay, so I typed into ChatGPT, okay, 10 simple words for students. This one, the prompt is not right because you see class, teacher, school, book, pen. This is the wrong way to prompt the ChatGPT. Sometimes it's trial and error lah. So the right word you should use is synonyms. So you have pupil, learner, scholar, apprentice, trainee, intern, disciple, cadet, novice, attendee. So why do you need to teach the students thesaurus style synonyms? Why? Because if you keep telling the students to write a better essay, they don't know what exactly a better essay is. If not, you tell the students, don't keep using the word student in your essay. Change to pupil, change to learner, change to scholar. Don't you think that's a much better quality essay? It's because the language level increases because the examiner can see the student has control over synonyms. Betul? Yes. Okay, so then I put in 10 synonyms for word level. Instead of saying, I asked the students to organize the event to ensure everyone takes part in the recycling program. Okay, so improve this sentence to C1 level. Okay, so you always put in the level so that you can tell the ChatGPT how to improve the level of the sentence. So the reason why students, right, when they give a speech using basic English, they can only score band 3, band 4. They cannot reach band 5 level is because of the quality of the vocabulary and the expressions. Okay, so the students who are able to use expressions, and also proverbs and have good grammar, of course they're going to get higher marks, right? So look at this polished version. I assign the students coordinate the event in order to ensure that everyone actively participates in the recycling program. Ta-da! Okay? So another thing that you can do is, you see this plus button over here, okay? When they write out their speeches, you can add a photo of whatever they have written. I don't know if I can find another picture. Okay, but anyway, you get a picture. You get the point. The point is, if they write out their essay, this ChatGPT is so intelligent that it can, change the photo and transcribe it. You have to use the word transcribe. And then later you can tell the ChatGPT to improve the speech according to what level that you want. And then you can tell it to add expressions and, expressions and proverbs and so on. Okay? So, synonyms for I'm fine. Okay, so especially for email or letter writing, you always say I'm fine. That's so boring. So you need to teach them better quality vocabulary. Okay, so synonyms for I'm happy. And the last one I want to show you, synonyms or it was a great event. Okay? Actually, all of these, I have done the hard work. I put it into my book. My book is called MUET My Way. Yeah? So if you bought the book, you will see that there's a lot of substitution tables and a lot of vocabulary input. And they have word level, then you have phrase level, and then after that, you also have proverb level. Proverbs, okay. Generate or curate, the word is curate, a list of 10 proverbs for 5 main themes, okay? And then we can see these are the proverbs that they should be memorizing. Again, all of these are inside my book. I've done the hard work and I printed it out in the book. But you can easily use ChatGPT now and come up with everything, see? Okay? Ta-da! So far, so good? Everybody all right? Thumbs up if you're here. Give me a party emoji. How many minutes do I have left? My God. My God. I'm rushing. I've got 15 minutes left. And I only have reached here. Okay.
We still have time. Don't worry. We can go a little bit over.
We can go a bit over. Nanti they get bored of me, huh? Okay, then I want to teach you to go to Google. Yeah? Google. But I don't want you to tell your students, go and search in Google. I want you to tell them, go and search in Google Images. Why? Because half the battle, right, is teaching them how to use their left brain and their right brain. Okay? Common proverbs for success. See? And then they can actually use all these proverbs and go and memorize them. Then if they can even memorize one saja, their favorite one, it'll be so good. Okay? Colloquialism. Ask them. They can't even spell colloquialism. Yeah, but actually they have learned colloquialism since they were in primary school. Yeah, you're nuts. Don't chicken out. Okay, below the belt, nip it in the bud. See, when they have pictures and they have these words, okay, they will be able to speak more like a native speaker. Cantik? So now you know how to use Google Images. Ta-da! All right, I'm going a bit faster now. What was this one? See, even I forgot what I wrote. Then you need to teach them, right, how to make complex sentences. So one of the complex sentences, one of the most useful complex sentence is called inverted comma, right? Inverted sentences, sorry. That means, right, you terbalik the sentence, and the easiest one to teach them is if conditional, okay, and the word since. Since you didn't do your homework, I'm going to punish you by blah, blah, blah. If you are able to come up with a solution, I will give you a prize. Begitu. Complex sentences will get you higher marks. So even in the speech or in the writing essay, complex sentences will help a lot. And like I said, if you can, use Google Images, and then it will help them because there are pictures as well. Okay, so you have inverted sentences. Enter. See? So all of these are ready-made sources. So easy for you to find sources these days. But you must spend time trying to teach them the basic building blocks of English, which is word level, phrase level, proverbs, idiomatic expressions, and also complex sentences. How about if conditionals? You learned all this when you were a student as a trainee teacher. So you must help them by teaching them how to do this. Why are if conditionals so important? Because when you're doing a speaking presentation for MUET, right, if you can come up with the if conditional, it shows very high critical thinking skill. Don't you think? Okay, if the country can save money by increasing taxes for cigarettes sales, we can use the money. Wow, isn't that amazing? When you think that if the student can use if conditionals in their speech, they will be one class above the rest. Everybody, thumbs up if you agree. Okay. Let's see what else I got for you. All right. Yeah. It's very, very simple concept, but actually teachers forget that it's very important. Okay. Okay. Next one. I have 10. Proverbs thematic. Okay. Like I showed you just now, right? Proverbs, you can get ChatGPT to generate according to the themes, or you can go straight. Okay. Common proverbs for essay writing. Okay. So get the students to copy paste this. And where can they copy paste this? Or they can even give a speech of their favorite 5 proverbs for staying healthy, or their favorite 3 proverbs for being a successful person, and so on. Okay? So we've done proverbs. Next one. How do you use YouTube and social media? Oh, not YouTube, blogging. So my students have been trained since the beginning of time. As soon as they enter my class, they've been trained to come up with blogs. Okay? So for example, 6B science, right? I go here, and then this is their telegram for the class. And I go to shared links. And somewhere in the shared links, these are all their blogs. I'm very lucky this year because I only have 8 students for my science class. So if I click any of this, it will take me to their blog. Okay? What do they do in their blog? That's what I want to show you. All right? Let me open the blogs for you. How about you? Anybody here uses blogs in your teaching? I also have a blog, remember? And my blog is like 9 million hits. Imagine if I made 1 ringgit for every what you call it, hit that I get. I would be 9 million ringgit richer. Okay, so this is my student. Yeah. So they use blogs to help improve their speaking. Why? Because this is where they get the information, the input, the language that they need. So my students actually go and find TED Talks and they copy exactly what the speaker said. After they copied what the speaker said, right, that was their preparation stage. Then I told them to go in front of class and present the TED Talk as if they are the speakers. Can you imagine? All my students were stressed and shocked, but it did help them to improve their speaking. Okay? On top of that, things like this one, things of this one, who am I? A journey through first impressions. Yeah? So if you see, my students, right, they put all their homework and their recordings. They even do 2-minute recordings of themselves giving a speech. Yes. Okay, so what did you learn? You learned that the students can do it. Okay? Give me a thumbs up sign if you are going to use this technique or you've already used this technique. So you can actually use blogging because they really love technology. Then they love to use their phones, smartphones, in order to do some kind of speaking activity. And you get them to record at home where they're not so shy. Because they speak in front of class, they start to jitter, they have this nervousness. So here's what you do. You give them the opportunity to showcase their work. So everything that I do in class, right, not everything, like a lot of things that I do in class, is followed up with commenting from other people so that everything is actually optimized, you see. So the students do some funny work, they did this 10 fingers things about 10 facts about themselves, right? And then they present it into their blog, and sometimes they do videos. Okay, once they record the video and they present it, that means they have practiced enough. Then the next time, the next time in the class, I can just say, okay, now it's time for you to present the speech that you already practiced. Then they start to panic, but at the end of the day, they can do it. Ta-da! All right? And I don't think I have time to show you, but I just want to mention that I even use social media. So the students make their own, alamak, what did I do? The students make their own TikTok videos. I have this thing called a TikTok challenge. It's called a MUET E3 day. yeah, which is to challenge them to use English in a fun way. So have you ever heard of Sir Asai? Yeah, Shahrul Azan from Kelantan. Anybody heard of him? Thumbs up. He's actually my batchmate, my college mate. I perasan lah, I went to Tumpang Glamour also. So he's my batchmate, and he also uses a lot of TikTok. So I get the students to watch his TikTok videos and any other video, and then they are going to produce teaching English through TikTok. And they come up with some really amazing stuff. They can teach adjectives, they can teach sentence structure, they can teach all kinds of things. And when we have a popcorn day, anybody can tell me what is a popcorn day? A popcorn day is that after they have produced everything, then we have a morning, everybody brings popcorn and snacks and soda, and then we watch all the TikToks and all the videos that they made, and then we all laugh together and comment on each other. Ta-da! So that's what I call a popcorn morning. Popcorn morning. Ta-da! Okay, so far so good. So now we go to the serious stuff. So the serious stuff is just now is the fun stuff, right? Okay. So the serious stuff includes what you can find online as well as in the official documents. So MUET My Way is my blog, but I also have a channel. Yeah, there are a lot of useful videos there, especially for speaking. But there's also NPM's official MUET speaking sample. So can you see this MUET speaking sample, Manasida? Okay, it looks like this. This is the real official document that we all use, all MUET teachers use. If you need a copy of it, let me know. Yeah, and we also, for teachers in the MUET teachers group, there's a link to the repository which I set up so that everybody can find past year exam questions, the MUET reports, and also this type of documents. So here are the exam questions for listening, and then speaking, and then reading, writing. So this is the speaking set. Okay. So looking at the speaking set here, it says there, talk about the importance of what and when people eat. And then candidate B, talk about the importance of exercise, and so on. And the question for the discussion is, how can healthcare best be improved? Okay. So you go to YouTube. Let me see if I can find it. You go to YouTube, and then you should be able to find, I'm not going to play the video because it's just going to take a lot of time. But you can find this one, speaking test briefing. Okay? And the briefing will tell you exactly what you need to tell you about it. So this is just the briefing one. Then there's another one, which is this one. This is the official NPM one, okay? So using the model test question, the sample ones, yeah, this one is the actual review minus the adverts. This is the actual recording. So you can show the students how the seating arrangement is. You can show them the sample of what band 5, band 4, band 6, and so on. I'm not going to play it. I'm just showing you where you can find it. So you can see the seating arrangement. You can see how they discuss. Okay, got it? Okay. Everybody okay? Rushing. Next time I don't want to accept if it's less than 1 hour. Stress saya. Make it 2 hours next time. I'm trying to get out of here. All right. Then you also can go to my YouTube, which is Audrey Koh, and then MUET My Way. Okay. And then there's a lot of information here about is my playlist. So in the playlist, there's a lot of videos. Okay, where have we reached? We have reached here with speaking tests. All right, we have reached almost done. Few more. Okay. So here we have speaking workshop. This is my document. Later on, if you need this document, I will find a way to get it to you, or you can easily get it from the MUET My Way, the MUET teachers thing. Okay? So, the speaking workshop, what does it have in there? Mana sudah? Okay? So how do I teach speaking in class? Like I said, they need to have input first. So the first thing they get from me is they have a sample of phrases, sentence starters, how to express their opinions, how to give examples, how to present ideas. This is the hardest thing to teach, contrasting and counter-arguing. Because the discussion, right, most of the time you will find the students, they're talking not with each other. They're just talking about their own points. In order to be a good speaker, the number one skill is not speaking. The number one skill is listening. So they have to listen, make a comment, and then counter-argue. So this is the hardest thing to teach them. So once they've learned the phrases, okay, this one is very low level, band 3 punya level, band 3, band 4, they have this template. So they just memorize one of these phrases, okay, and then it gives them a scaffold in order to be able to organize their ideas and speak for 2 minutes. All right, later you can see by yourself. I'll give you this document if you want, but I'm just showing you how I teach, because this is about intervention, right? So this is my intervention, how to help the students. Then this is a sample, choose the right team, candidate A. Candidate B, distribute the work equally. Candidate C, set a realistic plan. Candidate D, have good teamwork. So the input is that the students go through these scripts and they read it out loud while they are actually listening to their friend read it aloud. They are using highlighters to identify any phrases that they like or any ideas that are good enough for them to consider highlighting. Okay, everybody got that? So the first person reads the script, everybody highlights. Second person reads the script, everybody highlights. Third person reads the script, and fourth person reads the script. So once they are done, if you want to do it as a class activity, you can actually take away the script and then you ask them to try to give a 2 minutes speech based on what they have learned. Okay? So remember, all the input that we give, right, is good because it creates some kind of reference for them. It's like when you study, right, you look at the answers at the back below. One, you see the answer at the back, then you close the book and then you try to rewrite the answer. So same for speaking. You show them the sample, you take it away, and then you ask them to reproduce. And always tell them, don't worry about reproducing verbatim. Verbatim means word for word. We do not expect them to be robots. They cannot memorize word for word. Okay, otherwise they become parrots. So we want them to actually come up with their own ideas, which is great, or they can leverage on what vocabulary was used earlier and then to create their own 2-minute speeches. Okay, so the very weak ones, baca dulu, hafal. Kalau tak boleh hafal word for word, tak apa. Just present. Okay. The good ones, you show them one time, you take it away, and then they will be able to do it. Done. So you are the teacher, adopt and adapt. Group discussion. Okay. You need to tell me when to stop, or I won't stop. Okay. Group discussion. I always tell the students, you need to be able to do ranking. So everybody's ranking is different. Okay. For MUET, there's no right or wrong answer. So when I give them this worksheet, I never rank it. So I ask them to rank it themselves. And I always tell them to come up with the 6th point. Why is it important to come up with the 6th point? Because if you want to be a band 5 student, if you didn't already know this, band 5 students need to be able to break the 5th bubble, come up with the 6th bubble, and to be able to contribute fresh and new ideas. Yeah? Can you see? It's in the instruction. It says there, you may use these in ideas or come up with your own ideas. Yeah, this is the band 5 lah. Band 5 needs to widen the scope. If you look at the criteria for assessment, the term used, if not mistaken, is widen the scope. Okay, So after that, and then they all read the script, because again, you need to input before they can output. Yeah. So once they have read the script, they can see how the ideas flow with each other. Then you take away the script and you give them the skeleton. This is the template. Of course, you can change the template anytime, but this is a tried and tested template you can use for any question. And then they use the template to speak for 8 to 12 minutes or 10 to 12 minutes. And then once they are good at that, you take everything away and then you do exam style. So the moral of the story is, do not do exam style at the very beginning, because you tiada ajar. If you tak ajar, you tiada input, how can they output? Betul? See, I become the teacher already. Okay, do you agree with me? Thumbs up. All right, so this worksheet, if you want, I can give it to you or I can put it in the group. Let's look at the second last. I got 2 more, then we open for questions. And if you feel it's interesting, you can stay. ChatGPT. Okay. So what do? You take the past year question. Mana sudah tadi? Past year question. Oh no, we just use the one that I was using. Okay. 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 We take the past year question. All right. And then we give it the instructions that I gave you just now. You remember how to give or not the instructions? Okay. So we go back to ChatGPT. Mana sudah? We go back to ChatGPT and then we put in the question. All right. Paste. And then we say, using this MUET speaking question, write a 2-minute speech, okay, following previous prompts of 5 paragraphs, proverb, etc. Okay, let's see whether it remembers how to write. All right. So again, jangan takut dengan ChatGPT. ChatGPT tak digit. You can use it. Oh my God, it gave me so many proverbs. My God, because I put in the wrong instruction. I say proverbs, right? Okay. Okay. So basically, you can rewrite and rephrase all of this. Yeah. You can even do for past two. And you need to revise and check how to fix it. Okay? Okay. Decide on the most important. Okay, so how would you write this? Write a discussion for MUET task 2 speaking. Okay, 10 minutes long for 4 candidates on this topic. Okay. Paste. All right, and then enter. So for very weak students, they might not have the right idea. Okay? For very weak students, they don't even know the sentence structure. So why would you not use this? Yeah? Cantik. Tapi you see, if you think it is very high level, right? Just tell it to rewrite the script in intermediate level, then 3 English, okay, and then enter. And then you will realize that you can control the output of ChatGPT. Ta-da! Kan? After they already research, they can do this all at home, you know. they research and everything, then you take away everything and then you ask them to sit in front of you, 4 people in the group, and you do the discussion. Meaning to say this is called flipped classroom. Anybody who knows what is flipped classroom? Balik, we are being forced to learn about all these terms, right? So flipped classroom just means that they have done the research on their own. They have done it in the house or before the class. They have discussed with their friends, and then that means the classroom is at home lah. That's why it's flipped. And then when they come to class, they present. Begitu saja. Actually, we've been doing flipped classroom all this while. It's just that we don't really know what it's called. Betul? So you see, now it says that, do you want me to make it into a band 5 version? Wah, canggih. So don't be afraid of ChatGPT. ChatGPT actually magic. Okay. Last but not least, I reached the end of my talk, thank God. I want to talk about this piece of magic. This piece of magic is called Small Talk to Me. Okay, so if you go to MUET My Way channel on YouTube, okay, and then you type Small Talk to Me, okay, yeah, we're not actually going to play it, but I'll show you what is it. Okay, so with your email, you can you can register your email in this website called Small Talk to Me. Alalala, I got my lucky punya gambar lagi. So this whole video on my YouTube will show you how to access Small Talk to Me. Yeah? And Small Talk to Me will assess your speaking skills. Can you imagine that? So you have to put in your email, and then you have to tell what is your goal. You want to pass the IELTS. Actually, it's for IELTS, but it's the same concept. As long as the students know that A1, A2 is very low level, B1, B2 is average, and C1 is higher level. Okay, so why do you need to watch my video first? Because you need to be able to see what kind of questions will come out first. So it was harder for me to do it the first time because I didn't know what kind of questions would come out. But after I made this video, my students already know what questions to anticipate. So it made them less scared to do this test. So once you finish this test, which is about 12 minutes long, you see, once you finish the test, the most amazing thing happens because AI is so amazing. Penat sudah bercakap. Okay? So once you finish, you see the test is quite long, and it shows you what kind of questions will come out. Okay? Okay, so once you finish the test, it generates your results. And if you see how it generates, right, you will also be very, very impressed. So not only does it tell you what is your level, so my level for this one was B2, it even gives you a breakdown and how to improve your language, So for speaking, this is an amazing intervention. All you have to do is you brief the students by watching my YouTube video, what kind of questions will come out, and then they can do it one time with their email. So they can come up with the results. Let's say they got a B1 level. So they will practice again, and then you try to go and register with a different email and do it one more time and see whether there's improvement. Can you see? Look at that. It's telling you what kind of advanced features, how much complex structures you have, how many phrasal verbs you have, things to improve. How amazing is AI technology? Come on, give this technology a clap. Give it some love. This is really amazing technology. Okay, so it does this automatically. Yeah? Yeah, thumbs up to it, man. This is amazing. It counted how many words that I used. It looked at all the unique words. It gave the rare words. It did the vocabulary statistics. Amazing stuff, And then it can tell you exactly how to improve, how to boost your vocabulary. And this is you talking to your phone. And your students can improve their speaking and have an assessment ready for them at the end of this 12-minute test. How amazing is that? Ta-da! And with that, ladies and gentlemen, I have concluded my extremely speedy, less than 1 hour talk. Thank you very much. Ta-da!
Thank you so much for that insightful and inspiring sharing. You know, Audrey, when I when I hear your input about, input first and then output, I agree with you. How can they give output if we don't give them input, right? All right. Okay, so before we move on to the Q&A, just a quick reminder for everyone. The registration form will be shared at the end of the session after this across all platforms. And please fill it in, as it will serve as both as evidence of participation and for SPL KPM. Because this is the first week of MUET. We still have another few weeks for MUET, which we will share the info more on our Facebook page, NELCoNS. And we also have a Padlet reflection wall that I really would appreciate it if you can drop a line or two, probably 2 stars and a wish about the session for tonight. And again, don't forget to follow and like our Facebook page, NELCoNS. All right, so we open the floor for Q&A to all platform in Google Meet, and also on YouTube and Facebook. If you have any question, you can write it down, or you can just feel free to unmute yourself and ask Audrey directly.
Macam rushing, I don't know whether it did a good job or not.
Oh, yeah, I think we should have the session longer next time. So if you have any question, please feel free to ask. I'm looking at
no question punya.
Yeah, so I've also shared the registration form and also the Padlet and our Facebook name. Amy, love the sharing. Darshan Devi, I'm using your book, madam, so to teach. It's awesome. Thank you, madam. Vicky Audrey. No,
I think I saw a question just now.
Hold on, where's the question? Okay. All right. So there's a question here, Audrey. What is the best last-minute pecutan tip session 3 candidates, especially for those band 2.5 speakers?
Yeah. Basically, you have to get them used to the template. If they're 2.5, right, you really emphasize the template. Right? The one that I showed just now. Can still see the screen, dah?
Yeah, still.
This template, right? You show them this one. Paling penting sudah this one. This template. If they have the starting phrases, right, it's easy for them to arrange their ideas. So even if they start to panic, then at least they have the first part ready. All they have to do is isi penting. Just put in the content. So the students keep practicing, and I tell you, I teach the weakest class a lot of the times, the science, the arts class, and they need as much scaffolding as possible. So you go with this, and then of course you can go with any question, do as many questions as possible. But remember that drilling is only just before exam, the last three months. The first half year when they enter lower 6, please do as many fun activities as possible. Dictation, they copy down the TED Talks, they do motivational speeches, they do all kinds of fun activities in my class, because I don't want them to be bogged down by technical aspects and just trying to answer exams. Abdul Aziz, I'm going to Semenanjung. I will be in Pahang, Kuantan, Kelantan, and Terengganu. So I'm not around in Sabah next week. Next time we meet up. Yeah.
All right. Any more questions?
Okay. So if you want this speaking worksheet, just I'll tell Net, how are we going to share this?
How am I going? Okay, you just send it to me and I'll find ways to connect back to all our viewers for our session. Okay, from YouTube, Audrey, it's not a question, it's thanking you for sharing the web intervention.
Terima kasih
Alright.
dan gladi.
Uh,
So actually my
okay.
objective is to teach you these 10 things. And if you manage to get, at least 50% of what I'm trying to teach you, start with the word level, go to the phrase level, move to the sentence, the proverbs, and then do fun activities before you do the drilling. And of course, try to use AI, tool to your advantage, such as ChatGPT and Small Talk to Me. But most of all, believe in the students. Even if you cannot do a TikTok video, the students can do it. So you need to empower the students. Believe that they can do it. And then vary your teaching styles. Janganlah jadi tukang drill and okay, today we're going to do model test 1, tomorrow we do model test 2. Then you're just killing the love for the language. Kan? Betul? If you agree with me, thumbs up. Thank you again, Jennedy, for inviting me.
Yeah, I know
And
it's
I'm
not enough.
I just want Telegram, so you can always chat with me. I'm quite open to chatting.
Yes, please. Please ask the question.
Hello, my name is Noshaliza Hussein. So I'm quite new in this field. I just teaching MUET for just 3 months. So if okay, can I get the template for speaking? Because I'm quite new and I'm keep learning how to teach speaking for my students.
Boleh. Also, I just like to tell you that every 1 month before the major exam, because there are 3 sessions, right? I have night prep classes. Of course, it's a paid course, but you pay 50 ringgit and then you get 8 webinars. And I open to teachers as well as students, because not only are the teachers benefiting from the prep classes, okay, the teachers who are newbies as well, they will benefit a lot. And if you want to sign up for that, I always put adverts in the MUET teachers group. So make sure if you're a teacher teaching MUET, especially if you're a newbie, make sure you join the MUET teachers group on Telegram. Okay. And the most interesting thing I've come up with recently is that I do national live prep 1 night before the real exam. So the next one is before the session 3. So session 3 exam. Okay, I'll start and open the registration, and your students as well as yourselves can join the MUET. How do you join the MUET teachers group? You need to be a teacher. You need to have a timetable for MUET. Then only we accept you into that group. Okay? Yeah. You need to find another teacher who's in there to recommend you. I think that's the best way. Thanks, Nancy.
Audrey, how do we get in touch with you? Probably
Telegram.
can leave you.
Yeah. You can just buzz me on Telegram. I have 2 numbers, but I just send you the normal number. I can be contacted.
Or you can send the username.
No problem. You can always Telegram me. Okay? I am here to help any teacher, every student in Malaysia until the day I die. Just like you, Ned, we need to make ripples into waves. We need to help as much as we can. Yeah?
I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
All right. Any more questions? We have actually come to the end of our session. Okay, so I think if you do have more questions, you can
Caramel.
You can contact Audrey directly. All right.
Okay.
Audrey.
Yes.
Is there any final word? Any advice?
Final words is that speaking should be fun. Don't torture the students until they get jitterbugs and they hate English just because you made them suffer. Okay? So try to find fun, interesting ways of doing it. Make it less daunting, not so scary. Hold their hand all the way if you need to. And then at the end, take away all the preparation work and ask them to just tembak. Just wing it. I always tell my students this one phrase. It's called bantaism. It's called bantaism because I want them to bantai saja. Don't worry about the grammar. Don't worry about the sentence structures or whatever. Just bantai. Because if they don't speak, of course they were going to fail lah. So just let them try their best. Hey, Kantan is here. Hi Caramel, so cute lah your name.
All right.
Okay.
So thank you so much for your inspiring talk for this session. For the viewers, for those of you who are here, actually this is the first of the few sessions. We are going to have another one for writing, for listening, and of course for reading. Not only for MUET but also for SPM. Coming soon, we will share the information on our Facebook page NELCoNS. Please like and follow so that you are updated with the latest information. So before we go, yes, yeah, please. If you have any question.
Sorry, the last minute question. Just wanted to ask because Audrey is so resourceful, so much that she gave. Is there any way that, because I was not able to write every single thing. So is there any way that we can recall this session today anyhow? So, today?
Yes, we are actually live on Facebook and also on YouTube. I'll share the link later. Cikgu Lucia, can you share the YouTube link here? So the video on YouTube will last forever. So you can always go back and rewatch Audrey.
I cannot believe you want to listen to my voice forever.
Okay, so Cikgu Lucia is going to... No problem. Cikgu Lucia is going to copy and paste the link here later on. So before we go, can we have like a photo session? You don't have to turn on your camera, don't worry. Just as a proof that we are here. You are here. But if you want to turn on your camera, please do so.
I'm trying to stop sharing. Where is it?
All right. Cikgu Lucia, are you going to take the picture or let me do it? Okay, let me just do it for all of us. This is the first one, yeah? Hold on. If you open your camera, please smile. If you switch on your camera. Okay, this is the second batch. I don't know who and who. Okay, this is the second batch, second group. Right? And this is our third group on Google Meet. Yeah, I don't know who and who. All right, so that wraps up our session for tonight. Thank you so much. Please don't forget to register and to give a word or two in our Padlet reflection wall. 2 stars and a wish. We really appreciate your kind feedback on how we can improve this session better. Again, this is the first session of another few sessions that we are going to have after this. We are going to have speaking, listening, reading, MUET, and also for SVM as well, actually. So please stay tuned and like and follow our Facebook page. So thank you so much, everyone, for being and spending your time with us. I know it's in the middle of the week, so all of us are quite busy. So thank you so much for taking your busy time, to spend time with us tonight. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in the next session. Good night, everyone. Take care. Have a good one. Thank you. You're most welcome.